Well, we're here in the company of Phillips Idowu, of course, world champion, European champion, former Commonwealth champion, world indoor champion, European indoor champion, in fact, every champion except the big O, which I reckon he's going to nail in under 2 years' time now. But Phil, we're not at a triple jump, Matt. We're here at Crystal Palace playing basketball, and you are dressed as a basketball player. What is going on?
Going back to my roots. This is where it all began. This was a stepping stone towards triple jump greatness. So I love the sport, man. This is home for me. It's like coming back to where it all began. Love the game. I say, love the game.
And you were, by all accounts, pretty good as a youngster before you really got into triple jump. You were good.
I was all right. I wasn't the greatest. I was all right, but I'm just grateful that I had people who had good eyes, so they could see my ability on the athletics field. So I'm stuttering so much. These guys have distracted me. But yeah, I'm lucky I had my PE teacher. He had a good eye, so he saw my talent in athletics and just pushed me in that direction. Definitely still love the sport. Love the people in the sport. It's great.
Well, if you think about it, you can jump, you're fast, you're not short. You've got a lot of attributes.
Yeah, maybe in another life this would have been my sport, but I can't complain. I'm doing all right. Like you said, there's a list of titles that I've won doing this. I'm not sure if I'd have been as successful being a basketball player.
Do you ever get the chance to play these days?
I haven't. You know what? I haven't touched the basketball in like a year. I think it was about a year to date when I last played. I played a charity game. I played a charity game. Had JNS on my team and people like that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you do okay?
We crushed the opponents.
Excellent. Now listen, I mean, did you harbour hopes, maybe dreams of, in the early days when you were just a small kid, did you actually want to be a basketball player at all? One day you play for the Lakers, or?
It definitely was a dream. As a youngster, my school was massively into basketball, so everyone in my school played at some point. As a child, yeah, you dream of being a famous basketball player. Michael Jordan was a big
really?
inspiration at the time.
So your hero first of all was Jordan rather than a triple jumper?
Yeah, definitely didn't know anything about track and field until I got into my secondary school. I had no clue. Wasn't really into it, and even while I was competing, I never really watched it or had any interest in the sport. I'd watch it when the Olympic Games come on because that's pretty much what was on TV at the time. But other than that, it wasn't anything I thought I'd be doing as a career. I never even knew I could have a career as an athlete. I didn't know there was any money in it.
Yeah. Now, I mean, apart from Jordan, did he have other sort of heroes, other role figures?
In basketball, I used to love Dominic Wilkins, the Atlanta Hawks. These are all classic names. Sir Charles Barkley. There's a lot of guys.
Sir Charles Barkley.
Yeah. He's doing the commentating now. Whenever I'm over in the States, I love to watch
How about Dennis Rodman? Because there's a touch of the Dennis Rodman's with you.
Yeah, that's what I always get that comparison, but he wasn't. No.
Well, he says he modelled himself on Phillips Idowu.
Yeah, so he did. Nah, definitely not, man. Dennis Rodman's style is way too out there for me.
Now, I'm going to wave a magic wand, and I'm going to say Olympic gold medal or part of the NBA championships winning side. Forget about the money issue and the money side of it, but just what would you want now, and what would you have wanted?
Olympic gold medal.
15 years ago?
I didn't know anything about Olympics at the time. Nah, definitely Olympic gold medal, and I think at 15 it probably would have been Olympic gold medal as well. Being an NBA champion is a major achievement, but I think it only really matters in the States, where winning Olympic gold is a big deal within the UK and in America as well. To say you're an Olympian in America is a massive deal. It's a big achievement. So.
Now, the other thing I'm led to believe is that you were quite partial to American football as well. You quite like that as well.
I did. I played a season for London Capitals. That was interesting. I think that was just, I was following my dream to get to the States anyway, to get to America. So if it wasn't going to be a basketball scholarship, I was hoping for a football scholarship. At the time when I got the chance to do it, I didn't even take it. I had offers to go and train and compete in the States for colleges.
At what sport?
In the triple jump.
Oh, okay.
So 18 coming on 19, I had about 7 scholarship offers and didn't end up taking any of them because I started to progress within the school. So my team managers wanted me to stay in the UK and just progress here, and haven't done too badly.
Now listen, the 2012 Olympics, in your manner, in your neck of the woods. It's almost made for you.
It is. Hopefully that will go to plan. We've got a 2-year plan leading into the games, and things are going well. Keep improving, stay injury free, PBs year after year, and hopefully nail the big one on that day.
Well, the thing is, Philip, I mean, how many miles is it from your home?
Not even sure. Not that far, boy.
2, 3?
Probably about 2 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about, it's almost become your local track.
Yeah. It's nice, and it's nice that they're keeping it as a track as well.
Yeah. I mean, you must be so excited. I mean, I get excited driving past the stadium every so often, but you see it probably on a daily basis.
I don't drive past it. Well, I'm based in Birmingham now, but even when I'm in London, I avoid going down that A13. I don't want to see it.
Why?
I just don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I've got so much to do between now and then that I'm not really intending on seeing or going into the stadium until I actually have to go and do the job.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, you've got your world title to defend next year in South Korea. You doing indoors?
I'm going to do a couple of small leagues just to kind of see what kind of shape I'm in and if we need to tweak things leading into the summer. But other than that, I'm not going for an indoor campaign. The main goal is to go and defend my world title and then go into the Olympics still reigning world champion. And it's just be nice to still be world champion going into Olympic Games, because you know you're top dog.
You ought to be the man. You ought to go in there and let everybody know.
Yeah, I want to be the one to be beaten.
Now, obviously the Olympics is the pinnacle. It would round everything off beautifully, wouldn't it? You could have stiff competition as always, but do you think notching up these medals that you are, a lot of it's in the head, isn't it, Phil, as always with these things? Do you think you are a much stronger athlete mentally and physically and performance-wise because you are the world champ, the European champ, and every other champ going?
Yeah, it definitely does wonders for my confidence. So if I'm having a great season, I can go into a major champs knowing I've had a great season. Let's just continue it in the champs and come home with a gold medal. If the season's not been going so great, like it wasn't this year, I can still go into the champs and know, you know what, the year's not been going that great, but it only takes one jump. I know how to do it. I've done it in the past, and I managed to do it again this year with the Europeans. So either way, whatever way I need to win, I know I've got the ammunition there to be able to do it.
Yeah, you want it everywhere. And I guess what's nice for you to know is, I mean, you're clearly a big meat competitor. There are some sports people who are pretty good all year round, but you know when they have to, they nail it. And you've been doing that now for a few years, haven't you?
I've been doing that. Some people still don't quite see it.
Oh, just look at the facts.
I'm going to a major champs and people are still unsure as to, is he going to do it or not? Like, I know I'm going to do it. You worry about what you're doing. Let me just get on with my job.
But there's something in that, though. Do you take my point, Phil, about, I mean, you know, we're talking about the Federer nails the majors still. You know, it's when it comes to the big ones, that's where the best really come out.
That is all that matters, though, really. Like, I'd rather go into a major champs and win the gold medal than have a great season all year through and lose, which is what happened to me in 2008. I had a great year in 2008, unbeaten from January right up into the Olympic Games, and I came away with silver.
The one event you really wanted to win,
the one that I needed to win, didn't quite get it, so that hurt, and I know how that felt. I know how that felt. That feeling will stay with me forever. So for me, whatever happens through the year, I can be beaten by everybody all year round. As long as I win that one title when it matters, then that's all I train for. Through the year, that's all I train for. That's my focus, that gold medal.
Well, what's interesting?
Anything that comes in between that is just learning stepping stones to that title.
What's interesting though is what you've just said there, because you won a silver medal at the Olympic Games. A lot of people would almost kill for that, but your reaction, it hurt, and which I think is very positive. You know, second is not good enough for you. But I guess also, Phil, do you, looking back now, you're older and wiser, like all of us, do you feel it did you a favour in a sense? Because it showed how much you wanted it?
Definitely. Afterwards, it took me a while to come to terms with it. And when I came back from Beijing, I was amazed by the response I got from people. Because I felt like I'd let myself down as well as everyone who supported me and all the fans that were rooting for me to go out there and do well. I felt like I'd let everybody down. So it was quite a massive burden for me to take. But people's responses were great. I got so much love and people just trying to make me feel better. I was like, no, I feel it's a great achievement. Like, don't worry about it. Like, to win an Olympic medal itself is a big deal. So I've learnt to love that silver medal, and I do see it as my silver lining, because from that point onwards, I went on to be a world champion, jumped PB, went on to become a European champion, jumped another PB, and it's just fueled my flame. It's just fueled my flame to go on and win the Olympics in 2012, and that medal is definitely a silver lining, because I'm not sure what would happen if I'd won in Beijing. I may be out of the sport now. I may not have the fire, the inspiration,
the hunger, the motivation.
So
that's really interesting. It's almost, I mean, it's almost as if a silver medal was a failure. You saw it as a failure, and I guess also, which of course it wasn't, but in your terms it was, and it made you have to find another level, which is what you did.
Definitely, I had to. I couldn't put myself in a situation to go through them emotions again. So I had to make sure that from now on I nail it when it matters, get it right when it matters. Because no one looks back at my year in 2008 and said, "Oh, he had a great season." Like any time people talk about my career, the Olympics will come up. They'll talk about the disappointment of getting the silver. They won't talk about how he won in Crystal Palace, he won in this country, he won here, he won there, he won there. That doesn't get mentioned. So that's why I say whatever happens through the season doesn't really matter. All the people really care about is winning that gold medal when it counts.
All right, well listen, lovely to see you, Phil, as always. You're looking quite conservative today. You haven't got the sort of, well, by your standards, that's conservative.
Yeah, this is off-season here.
It's the off-season law. It's the red for winning, isn't it?
Red for gold.
So we'll hopefully see that in South Korea next year. And
put your money on that.
And in 2012, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. Enjoy your basketball.
I will do. Show these guys how to play.